Hi guys, how are we today? It's Sheldon from Find It Archery Supplies, back with another one of our bow reviews. Today we're actually going to do a review on the Italian-made smartriser. Now, a few of you have heard of this, a few of you probably have not heard of this riser. This riser is a handmade riser. It's made in Italy. It's a pretty amazing piece of work, to be straight up. This is actually probably one of the hardest bow reviews I've had to do because I'm kind of split completely down the middle on this product. So the bow we're talking about today is the Italian-made smartriser. As you can see from here, it is an absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous riser. The bow itself is made from an aircraft aluminium, fully machined in a skeletal frame. In here we have carbon pockets filled with hydraulic fluid or pistons. So there is a lot more information on that, and we will come back to that very shortly. I really only have one negative with this riser, and I'm going to say it straight up. For the price, it doesn't come with a bow sleeve. That was my only real negative. When this riser turned up in the box is beautiful, the padding is awesome, the tools that come with are fantastic. I opened this box and this riser just took my breath away. It is absolutely stunning. The color, the green that they've used for this is just magnificent. And all my risers are green, so it was just a perfect bow to take out of the box. It's taken me a while to do this review because when we got the riser, we actually got it about a week ago. I wanted to shoot it, and I wanted to give it to experienced shooters to shoot as well, so I could get a fair and unbiased opinion of this bow. When I first got it, I placed it next to a Hoyt GMX and an MK riser, and overall the dimensions from tip to tip, the arc, everything are almost identical between the three. The angles are the same, the pocket system here in the holes, they're almost the same. So when you put these risers side by side, there's a lot of similarities between them. But this riser is full of some very intelligent thinking. The idea with the hydraulic fluid in this riser is to help dampen the shock that you get through the shot process. It's also to help with torsion twist in the riser. Look, I'm just going to get to the point. To shoot this riser is absolutely divine. It is just amazing to shoot. You think you've shot a bow until that you've shot this bow. No, not at all. This bow is incredibly smooth. Now, what we did as an exercise, and I deliberately did it this way. When I got the bow, I just literally put everything on it. Boom. I took my sights, my stabilizer, everything, just put them straight on. All I did, the only adjustment that I made was tiller adjustment. That was it. My limbs went on, my brace sight was set at 9 1/4 for a 70-inch setup. My tillers were set at about 7 3/4. That's all I did. Nothing more. And straight out of the box, without any fine tuning, I was absolutely nailing it at 18 meters. Just piling those arrows straight into the X. Bang, bang, bang. That's pretty amazing. Now, the second experiment we did, I gave it to one of our more experienced shooters in our club, who actually was a champion in his own right in his junior years. 70 meters. I took my limbs out, put his limbs in. All we did was do 2 sighting arrows at 70 meters, and bang, straight into the middle. And he wasn't just hitting the middle, he was grouping at 70 meters in the 10 zone. Bang, bang, bang. So, given the fact that we did absolutely no tuning of the riser, no brace sight adjustments, no tiller adjustments, literally got his limbs, put them straight in, string on, and shot it. That is pretty amazing. Absolutely amazing. So this riser kind of speaks for itself. Everybody that shot this riser over the weekend all had the same comment. It is absolutely unbelievable to shoot. It is so smooth, it is so controlled, it is just divine to shoot. Now, asking the questions to these risers, what do you think? This was pretty much a unanimous comment that was made. Everybody that shot this bow said it is definitely the best bow they've ever shot. And this is coming from people shooting new Maxes, GMXs, all of these types of bows. So none of these people are shy at all. One shooter owns a Hoyt Formula HBX with full F7 setup. He said his bow was the softest. He shot this and he was just like, no, mine's not soft, that's soft. So, that in itself just speaks for itself. This bow is just amazing to shoot. Absolutely amazing. Let's talk about a couple of the features. Now, as you can probably see from the pocket here, there's no side adjustment in the pocket. It's actually in on the bolt. So this is a concentric bolt. However, what smartriser have done have made the bolt in two parts. So the tiller can be adjusted on the fly. So you can just simply take the pressure off the bolt, turn the tiller in with your fingers, put your limb back in, perfect, easy done. And then, so the concentric bolt works independently from your tiller. So they've kept everything in one small little package. Very, very clever idea. It actually adjusts the limb from the pivot point, not from the side point. So I completely understand what they've done there. And to say it, this is an incredibly quiet bow. It is so good, in fact, when somebody shoots it, you can see the limbs and the string move. Everything moves but the riser. You can see it all do it. It's absolutely amazing to see. It's such a great riser. Now, I want to mention, even though this riser was kindly sent to us on loan by smartriser themselves to do this review, I was going to be completely non-biased about this riser, and I'm trying to be as non-biased as I can. It is, I just have to say, it is just phenomenal to shoot. But, and this is the big but, the price. The price on this bow is incredibly high. If you base it on today's conversion rate for Australians, it is between $1,700 to nearly $2,000, depending on the modifications or the customizing you want to do. Now, there's a lot of customizing that can be done on this riser. You can do different things with the plates, the coloring, the paint job. There's a lot of things that can be done. So I don't really want to get into it with this review. I wanted to keep it pretty short and sweet. But there's so many things you can do. Now, what did we use to shoot this bow? Well, we had a full fibre bow S4 setup on the as far as stabilisation went. We had a Doika top bolt. Now, this is another thing too. They've actually machined. Let's see if we can get machined the top weight into the riser. It's not a collar. It's straight into the riser. Now, that's actually a very clever move because, again, you have no parts. It's single thread straight in. So that's a very, very clever thing. We used a winnow clicker and a Shibuya Ultima RC aluminium sight as well, and an AAE plunger. So the limbs that we used for this bulk of this testing were Samick Extreme 2s. However, we did throw some win primes on there, a few other bits and pieces. Every limb combination was just fantastic. So, this is where it starts to get to the conundrum of this riser. Would I own this riser? Absolutely. Should I recommend this riser? Absolutely. Will this riser help you shoot? Absolutely. This riser will definitely help you shoot better. But it's hard to tell whether or not it's the riser or the mental state that comes with such a high price riser. I would need to shoot it for like 3 to 4 weeks solidly Look, I'm an okay shooter. I'm not the world's greatest shooter. Compared to some of the people that shot this on the weekend, they're definitely much better shooters than me. But everybody was just unanimous about this. It is definitely the best riser any of them have ever shot. It is definitely one of the best risers I have ever shot. And I have shot pretty much most risers that are available in the market today. It is mind-blowing. So how do we get around this price? How do I make this riser, or you understand what this riser is? You have to look at it like this. This is 100% pure Ferrari. Okay, it's the Ferrari of bows. This is the Aston Martin, the DB9. This is the Lamborghini. This is the Ferrari. This is what you're paying for. Okay, you need to think of it like that to get your head around the price. Now, in saying that, with the price, you have MK risers which are up around the $1,000 mark. You know, and bows are starting to get up there in price. Win and Win bows have come up to near $800 for the new Max. The GMXs are still in the mid sevens, or high sixes, low sevens. But formula bows are now getting up into the high sevens, eights. So, you know, it's not uncommon now for bows to peak up near $1,000. So the way to look at this bow, as I was saying, is you need to think of this as the Ferrari, the Lamborghini, the Rolls Royce. It simply is that kind of bow. If you have the money to spend on a bow, buy it. Absolutely, 100%, without lying, no bullshit, buy it. If I had the money, I would buy it. And, you know, speaking to everybody who shot it on the weekend, the same thing. If I had the money spare, I would buy it. Hands down, I have never had a bow where I've put it in the hands of up to 10 different archers, and almost every single one of them have said, I would buy this bow. So, that's a pretty amazing thing in itself. To get one product where almost every shooter agrees, it's a pretty phenomenal bow. So, whilst we're getting back to this pricing issue, you have to think of it like that. This is simply the most unique bow, smoothest bow, easiest to shoot bows you've ever shot in your life. As I said, if you simply have the funds to buy a bow of this caliber, then this is the bow you should buy. Forget the rest. And I mean, look, we sell pretty much every bow that you can buy in the recurve world in this shop. I would proudly set this up on a display, shoot at any competition, travel the world with this bow and shoot. I've never shot so well at 18 meters, and I've shot a lot of bows. I own an NOCXT, a Samick Masters Max, a fiber bow, a new InnoMax, and none of them at 18 meters were grouping instantly like this bow did. So, to conclude, we watch Top Gear and we see Jeremy Clarkson go out inside and race around in a Pegazzini Zonda or a Lamborghini Aventador, or, you know, an Aston Martin or a Jaguar, you know, and it's the same thing. They're all saying the same thing. These cars are really good. What differentiates them between one to the other? Well, this is like the sports car with the ESP turned on, the traction control turned on, the ABS braking's in 100%, slip discs and all that kind of stuff. This is like the fully engineered version of a riser. It is that simple, and that's probably the best way to look at it. In short, if you've got the money, and I'm going to say it again, I've already said it through this interview or this review, buy it. Don't wait. Get out the checkbook, buy it. Order it now, because it takes about a month and a half to 2 months to make. So get the money out, buy this bow. And as I said, I really wanted to be non-biased about this bow, but after shooting it, look, I was excited when I took it out of the box. I was excited to put it in my hand. but I was blown away when I shot it. And it's not because it was given to me to do the review. I've got to send it back, people. So I haven't been given it for free. Okay, let me just make that very clear. This has not been given to me. This is on loan. But if I had the money, I would buy this riser. I would probably put it in my coffin when I died. It is that good. The grip is fantastic. However, I couldn't see it on their website or in the information available whether or not there were other grips available. But this grip it just molds the way that they've designed this grip in here. It just molds to your hand. Your hand sits there quite nice. You probably want a little bit of slip tape though, anti-slip, because it is a little bit slippery, just the finish. But you know, they've used torque screws through it. You know, everything about this bow is just quality, and you cannot fault it. The powder coating or the anodizing is flawless. The carbon plating is flawless. As I said, if you've got the money, buy it. Simple as that. It is expensive, but I don't think you'd ever need to buy another bow. It's that simple. So yeah, so that's the review on the smartriser, guys. If you have any questions, as per always, please visit us at our website at finditarcherysupplies.com.au. You can contact us through there. We also, don't forget, we have the online function. We're also on Facebook. So guys, if you ever want up-to-date stuff about specials or anything like that, jump in, log into our Facebook site, get your name down there, because we're always got little freebies going. But you know, look, you know, as far as today, any questions on more information, specs on this bow, anything you need. I didn't jump into the technical side of it. I didn't want to bore anybody. I just wanted to keep it pure and simple. Guys, send me your questions on YouTube. A lot of you send me questions. Thank you very much. And I do try and reply to almost every question I get answered. And I like to stick to that. So again, any questions, send them through. But for now, happy shooting, and we'll see you soon.